There was a time in my life when I thought that if I wasn't constantly moving, I was losing. I believed that progress meant action, any action. That slowing down meant weakness, and that if I stopped, the world would leave me behind. So I kept going. I filled every minute with something: projects, plans, conversations, noise. I told myself I was building a future, but in reality, I was just trying to drown out the silence. Because silence scared me. It made me feel like I wasn't doing enough, like I wasn't enough. But one day, I hit a wall. It wasn't a physical one, it was an invisible wall inside me. I woke up exhausted, though I hadn't done anything truly meaningful. I was surrounded by movement, yet I felt completely still, and not in a peaceful way. It was as if my life was running on autopilot, and I was just watching it happen from the outside. That morning, sitting in my car, I realized I didn't even know what I was rushing toward anymore. I was just rushing. And in that moment, something inside me whispered, "Stop." At first, I resisted that voice. Stopping felt like giving up. Doing nothing felt dangerous. But I decided to listen, just for a while. I took a few days off. No emails. No plans. No goals. Just space. The first day felt unbearable. My mind screamed for something to do, something to fix, something to check. The silence was louder than any city noise I'd ever heard. But on the third day, something shifted. I went for a walk, no headphones, no distractions, just me and the world around me. I noticed how the light touched the leaves, how the air smelled after rain, how my own breath sounded when I finally paid attention to it. It was strange, almost uncomfortable at first, but slowly, that stillness started to feel like medicine. For the first time in years, I wasn't trying to get somewhere. I wasn't chasing, proving, comparing. I was just existing. And in that stillness, I began to hear something I hadn't heard in a long time: my own thoughts, my own truth. I realized how long I'd been mistaking motion for meaning. How often I confused effort with purpose. I thought I was being productive, but really, I was just being busy. Busy avoiding myself. We're taught from childhood that doing equals achieving, that silence equals emptiness, and that if you're not constantly on the move, you're falling behind. But what if that's a lie? What if the real strength is not in constant motion, but in being able to pause? To be still and not collapse? I started thinking about nature. The seed doesn't grow because it struggles. It grows in silence, underground, in complete stillness. The moon doesn't rush to shine, it reflects light when the time is right. The ocean doesn't panic when it's calm, it just is. So why do we humans believe that stillness means failure? When you pause long enough, you begin to notice things. You see that most of your worries are just thoughts passing by, like clouds. You realize that you don't need to control everything, and that the things meant for you don't need to be forced. Life moves with or without your pressure. Stillness doesn't mean nothing is happening, it means everything is aligning in its own rhythm. I remember meeting an old fisherman once. Every morning, before casting his nets, he would sit by the sea in silence. I asked him why he wasted time when he could already be fishing. He smiled and said, "When the water is calm, I can see where the fish are. When it's stormy, I wait. Because throwing the net in chaos only tangles it." That line stayed with me. Because that's exactly what most of us do: we throw our energy into stormy waters, expecting clarity. We react out of panic, not wisdom. We move, not because it's time, but because we're afraid of stillness, and then we wonder why our efforts keep tangling. I started to practice stillness in small ways. I began my mornings without my phone. Just sitting with a cup of coffee, breathing, watching the day begin. I started walking without headphones, letting my mind wander instead of filling it with noise. I learned to pause before reacting, especially when emotions ran high. That one habit alone changed my relationships. Instead of reacting to every trigger, I started responding with awareness. Stillness gave me space between the impulse and the action, and in that space, I found freedom. And here's the thing: stillness doesn't mean you stop caring. It doesn't mean you give up on dreams or let life pass by. It means you stop wasting energy on things that don't move your soul. It means you do less, but with more intention. You speak less, but with more truth. You move slower, but every step matters. Because when your actions come from clarity, not chaos, they have power. You become precise, focused, peaceful. In that stillness, I started to understand why so many great minds spoke about it. Lao Tzu wrote, "When nothing is done, nothing is left undone." Buddha found enlightenment under a tree, in stillness. Marcus Aurelius ruled an empire, yet sought his peace in silence. They all discovered what we forget: the mind that never stops moving cannot see clearly. You have to let the dust settle before you can see the road. Stillness became my reset button. Whenever life gets messy, I pause. Not to escape, but to realign. And every single time, clarity returns. It's like the moment after a storm, when the air is fresh, and everything feels still but alive. That's when insight comes. That's when you see the truth you were too busy to notice. I also realized that sometimes, we keep ourselves busy just to avoid what silence might reveal. Because silence brings honesty. It shows you what you've been running from, the doubts, the fears, the pain you buried under productivity. But facing that is exactly what sets you free. You can't heal what you never sit with. You can't hear your intuition when your mind never stops talking. Stillness is uncomfortable at first because it shows you your truth, but that truth is what transforms you. Now, whenever I feel lost, instead of forcing answers, I stop. I breathe. I trust. Because I've learned that when I stop trying to control everything, life begins to unfold on its own. Opportunities appear, ideas surface, people come into my life at the right time, not because I chased them, but because I created space for them to arrive. You can't pour water into a cup that's already full. Stillness is how you empty it. We live in a culture that celebrates noise, speed, and endless striving. But the most powerful people I've met are not the ones who talk the loudest or move the fastest, they're the ones who carry calm inside them. The kind of calm that doesn't depend on circumstances. The kind that can stand in chaos and still breathe. That's what stillness gives you, not a break from life, but mastery within it. Stillness isn't the end of movement, it's the beginning of meaningful motion. It's not about quitting, it's about choosing. It's about pausing long enough to ask yourself, why am I doing this? Does this still matter? Does this still feel true? Because sometimes, doing nothing for a while is what allows you to do the right thing later. The power of stillness lies in perspective. It clears the fog so you can finally see the road that was always there. So if you're in a place right now where everything feels heavy, where you're overwhelmed, confused, uncertain, stop trying to fix it all. Don't rush to fill the silence. Sit with it. Let yourself breathe. Let the dust settle. You're not falling behind. You're just recalibrating. The stillness you fear is not the absence of life, it's the space where life begins again. And maybe that's the secret: when you stop trying to make things happen, the right things start to happen naturally. When you stop forcing, you start flowing. When you stop searching for peace, you realize it was always within you, waiting for you to get quiet enough to feel it. So take a breath. Stop chasing. Stop proving. Let the world spin without you for a while. Watch what happens when you do nothing, and everything starts to change. Because sometimes, doing nothing is exactly what brings everything back to life.